Okay, please confirm if my screen is visible now. Every day it is necessary for me to ask this. Okay then. So let's continue. Let us do a little summary about extra test topic. Okay, so the discussion was on top of accessor and mutator methods. Okay, so theoretically we got to know what is an accessor method. So any method, if you want to make any changes for a private instance variable, this is very important. To make any changes for to do any modification on top of private instance variables outside the class, it is really not possible for us to access the private instance variables directly. If you want to get access, you use accessor method. If you want to modify that, you use what? Mutator method. This is nothing but accessing. This is nothing but performing some modifications. Directly you cannot do, but indirectly by using these two set of methods you can do. Right? So accessor is also called as what? Getter methods. Mutator method is also called as what? Setter methods. These are just a kind of terminologies that you should aware of. You may get a question like, what is an accessor method? What does it really mean? They are asking you about accessor getter methods. Or the question can be like a vice versa. What is a setter methods? I mean, they are asking you about what? Mutator methods. Just get acquainted with this terminologies. That's it. Okay. Now, naming conventions, we know how to create an accessor method. We got to know yesterday with some examples, and we also got to know how to create mutator methods. Okay. So what is it exactly? To create an accessor method, the method name should start with get. And to create a getter method, it should always start with get. These are the rules that you have to follow for the better readability. Okay, this is how you need to prepare a Java program. If you ever asked to create an accessor method, you should follow these three set of rules. You should follow with get. Okay, and the variable name, you need to capitalize the first letter of the variable name. Okay, and the return type should be same as the data type, right? And the it should be public. That's it. An example for the rules for the setter methods. Okay. Set, it should start with set keyword. The first letter should always be the capital letter. Okay, and apart from that, the return type is always what? Okay, the return type of the method should always be void. There is no explicit return type. Okay, and the parameter should be passed in the method signature, which is same as the variable type. Okay, the third thing is by using this keyword, we need to use this keyword. We will look into this today. Okay, to transfer the variables to the class level variables from the method level variable. Okay, now let us do a small quick warm up. Okay, I have a variable integer price. Integer price equal to the value is 100. Okay, create a getter for this. Quick, make it quick. Okay, the variable should be private. So we are dealing with private variables. I want you to create the getter method for this private variable. Make it quick. This is just to ensure that our session is very interactive. That's nothing else. You know this already. Okay. Keep the answers. Keep the answers in the comment box. Make it quick. No, complete prototype. We know that it is great. I want complete prototype. Get price v. So see, it is not the get price. Okay, when I say about a method, the method should have return type. It should have name. Okay, it should also have the return keyword. So many stuff is that it should also have access modifiers. I want the complete method. Good, Chaitanya. Do you agree with Chaitanya, everyone? Public int get price, return type is price. Perfect. Yes. Everyone agree with this? Okay. Now create a setter method for the same variable. For the same variable, create a setter method. Okay, create the setter method for the same variable, private variable. I think you are hearing some other noise apart from my voice, right? There is a consecration going on in a temple. Maintain a notepad, open a notepad next to you and try to uh, no, you people are making some mistake. Something is missing from you. No. Something is missing. I'm waiting for the right answer. Waiting for the right answer. Okay, let's see. Go back to the theory. Look at this setter. This is how the setter looks like, right? Okay. Firstly, what is the rule? Then it should start with set, right? It should start with set followed by the variable name, right? Followed by the variable name, and the variable name should be the first letter of the variable name should be capitalized. Yes or no? So price. Okay, and you need to pass a parameter, okay, which is same as the variable. Yes or no? Do you agree? Okay, and body. Okay, here the return type should always be void, no doubt. Okay, return type is always void. For setters, it is always void. Okay, and the access modifier is always public. Okay, public. You are setting a value, so you will be setting the value in the parameter followed by this dot price equal to price. Making sense, everyone? That is stuck. No problems with that. No issues. Just now I started the class. Everyone was answered. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so yesterday I was discussing about, okay, now today the example is going to be very simple. I will take a ordinary example. From this we will develop the concept of encapsulation. Okay, I will tell you what is encapsulation. So let me remove the package name. I will create only one package for us. Okay, everyone stay focused here. If you have any doubts, all your doubts will be cleared from this program. Okay. Let me remove all this. We will keep only the person class. Okay, class test or class student. Okay. Class student and class admin. Okay, I have two classes here. One is class student and second one is class admin. Okay, let me take this admin class as a public class. Okay, now I am going to take only one variable here. I'm going to take what? I'm going to take only one variable. So variable name. Okay, before even understanding this, let me give you some takeaway about this keyword. Okay, many people are confused about this keyword. To understand this, I am taking. So I am taking an admin class. This admin class is extending student class. This same student class. Okay, inside the admin class, focus here. I am taking one method. What is the name of the method? Method itself is the name of the method. Okay, focus here. Now, inside this method, I'm going to take one variable. The name of the variable is integer test equal to 100. Focus on the name of the variable. The name of the variable is test. You must understand one thing. What is it? Whenever you declare a variable inside a method or inside a constructor, whenever you declare a variable inside a method or inside a constructor, you need to call those variables as the local variables, because they are localized. They are local variables because they are specific to those methods. In our example, okay, so this is a variable, test is a variable that is declared inside the method. Okay, this variable is part of the method. That's why it is called as a local variable. It is not part of the class, even though it is part of the class, but specifically it is part of the method. Okay, name of the variable is test. Okay, now I am taking another variable. Okay, integer test equal to 200. You might be thinking, the variable name is duplicated. Yes, the variable name is duplicated, but we will not face any issues. Why we will not face any issues? One is a local variable. Next variable is declared outside the method. It is called as the class level variable. You can do the duplication. You can declare a duplicate variable, not within, it should be in different scopes. This is valid, but if you do the same thing, this is going to be invalid, because within the same scope you cannot duplicate a variable. Making sense, everyone? This is invalid. Why this is invalid? I am using the test variable, and again one more variable name is also test. Duplication is there. You cannot duplicate a variable. That's why it is invalid. Why it is invalid? Both are placed inside the method, inside the same scope, within the same scope. Invalid. Okay, but this is valid. Why this is valid? This is in the method level. This is in the class level. Okay, now same variable I am taking. Now I am declaring it in the superclass. Superclass is what? Whenever you use extends keyword, okay, this becomes child class and this becomes what? Parent class. Okay, again the variable name is test. So 3 scopes. Duplication can happen in different scopes. But this is possible. Now you tell me, this is possible or not possible? I have a class, I have a duplicated within the same scope. Is it possible, or do I get compilation error, or compiler will be very happy with our code? Tell me, answer me. Possible or not possible? Yes, not possible. Why not possible? Because they are within the same scope. Same scope, not possible. Different scope, it is possible. Making sense? Now you must focus here. Variable name is test. Same variable name. Okay. Now you tell me one thing. Okay. I want to. So let me do this. Okay. System dot out dot println. Okay. I want to access the variable test here. I want to access the variable test here. Okay. So if I run this code, what is the output? If I run this code, what is the output? Think and tell me. Don't just tell me like that. Follow the rules and tell me. If I run this code, what is the possible output? What is the output? Come on. You are typing. You should improve your typing skills. Now output is blank. Okay, good. I have just tested you. Okay. Now I am creating I am doing an object creation here. Okay. Object is like admin. Because class name obj equal to new class name. Object is created. Okay. Now when I do obj dot method, okay, what is the output now? What is the output now? Tell me. Yes, good. So for the second question, I am getting answers for the first question, and for the third question, maybe I will be getting answers for the second question, I think. What is the output now? I hope you are able to see my screen. It's visible. Only one method is being called. Method is a very direct method. What is the output now? Guys, are you typing, or I am just seeing that you are typing? Why it is taking a lot of time for you to post the 100 is output? Good, Jyoti. Good. 100 is the output. I think there is a network code. Yeah, 100 is the output. Okay, so let us run this. Now you need to focus here to get the clarity about this keyword. Okay, you need to focus here. That every time you are using this, we have a lot of confusion. People are there to say, because you are learning the program for the first time, no? So confusion will be there. Let me clear this folder before even proceeding this. Okay, folder is already cleared. Okay, let me save this code. File, save as. So what name should be chosen? Everyone know admin.java. Why admin.java? The file name should be same as the public class name. Okay, it is done. Let us see the file as saved. File is saved. Okay, now compilation. For the compilation, I need to open command prompt. Okay, command prompt has been opened. Okay, let me change it directly. cd space java 3. Okay, now compilation. Java C space -d space dot space because the reason why I am doing this, reason why I am placing this command is because I have created a package by the name of Sweta, right? Dot admin dot. Don't you think that this command is going to perform the compilation? Compilation will be performed, as well as it's a bilingual, I mean, it is a multi-purpose command. Compilation as well as the package folder will be created. Where is it? You can see the package. And the dot class file will be placed inside the Sweta's package. Okay, now we need to run the code. We need to execute the code. Okay, and again for the execution, you should place a command in such a way that you should direct the control in such a way that go to the Sweta folder. Inside the Sweta's folder, there will be a class called admin class. Execute that code. Okay, so the command is java space reset Sweta dot admin, and that is output. Okay, we know this already. Okay, now purpose of this keyword. See, now there are three variables with the same name. I need to distinguish. I need to ensure. I need to inform the controller, inform the JVM. Okay, when I call test, output should be 100, but I want the output to be 200. What I am supposed to do? I should declare the variable name as test. But the problem here is all these variables. I mean, all the variable names are assigned with this. I mean, all the values are assigned with the same variable names. Test. How do I ensure that the control is going to? I mean, going to be calling this particular value. If I run this, I want to get the 200 as the output in the console. What is it? What can I do here? Everyone, what is that change I need to do here? If I do test, I will get 100, but I want 200 as an output. What should be done? Okay, let me do one thing. Instead of test, if I take test1, if I use test1 here, if I do what? If I use test1 here, you know that already output is going to be 200. This is one case, but my requirement is I do not want to change the variable name. Variable name should remain same, but I want 200 to be displayed on the console. What can I do here? Any answers in the comment box? Just this dot test, that's it. No, you should not. Just use this keyword dot test. This keyword followed by variable name. If you do this, now we are giving the direct instruction to the JVM thread stating that call the test variable that is part of class level. Call the class level test variable. This is the local variable, method level variable. Whenever you are using this, it means class level test variable. 200 will be displayed in the console. Do you agree with me? If I run this, java c space admin.java, okay, 200 is displayed in the console. Okay, now I want to okay, let me take this here. I want to see 300 in the console. So this 300 is a variable that is placed in a super class. Why it is a super class? It is a parent class of admin class. The parent of admin class is the student class, which means it is a super class. I want to print this as this in the console. Instead of using this keyword, this time I'm going to use what? Super keyword. When I do this, $300. Is it making sense now, everyone? Are you able to follow this? Good. Are able to follow this? Very simple. The reason why we are discussing this is there is a big reason behind the scene. There is a big reason. So what is happening internally? Whenever you are declaring any kind of variables, if you find the variables are duplicated but in a different scope, you find what? If the variables are duplicated but they are in a different scope. Okay, this is the typical example for that. Okay, what is the name of the variable that we are discussing about? Name of the variable is test equal to 100. Okay, this is localized variable, so this is the method level variable. Okay, this is the method level variable, so I can call it as it is completely in the local scope or the method scope. Okay, if the JVM is not able to, if you want to differentiate between the local scope or the class level scope or the superclass level scope, we need to do what? We need to do some changes. We do this. Test equal to 100. Okay, this is test equal to, sorry, 300, and this should be 200, right? Based upon our example, that should be what, 200. Test equal to 200. Okay, this is local, this is class level, this is what? This is super class level. Okay. So the idea here is what? All the variable names are same variables. Variable name is test, test, test. To access this within the same method, if you want to access this, accessing this could be what? You will use direct test. To access this, to access the class level variables, you will use this keyword, this dot test. To access the superclass level variables, you will use super dot test. Okay, why this super and all? Okay, the variable names are same. If you keep a different variable name, the issue will be resolved. Okay, but sometimes you need to deal with the same variable names for the better readability. In that case, if you encounter those situations or kind of situations, you will follow this approach. Current variable or the local variable, just use the variable name. Okay, use the same variable name to access the class level, this dot test. To access the superclass variable, super dot test. Making sense? These are called as what? Scopes. Variable scopes. Making sense, everyone? Yes, no? Shweta, Madhu, Jyoti. Okay. Now people add some doubt extra day. What is a doubt? Let me remove all this. I hope it is clear for you now. Let me remove this. Let me also remove this. A simple class, student class and admin class. Okay, in the student class I am taking a variable, private variable, private string. I want to store the names of the student, private string name. So this is a private variable, right? This is a private variable. Now you tell me what is the output of this particular code. For example, if I do let us take that name of the person is Samita. Okay, so let me create an object. Let me remove this extents also, it is not necessary. Okay, student obj equal to new student. Okay, obj dot, okay, let me do this, system dot out dot println. I want to access obj dot name. Now what is the output if I run this code? Tell me. Error. Good. Error. Why error? We cannot access private variable outside the class. So in order to if I want to access a private variable outside the class, directly it is not possible. I need to ensure that the accessor method needs to be created. Yes or no? Okay, let me remove this. Okay, now let us stop the initialization. I am just declaring it. Okay, so what is the just help me with the getter and the setter method for this variable. I want you to help me with the getter and the setter method. Okay, you don't help me, I will tell you one thing. Okay, so in order to access this variable, I can do like this. What I can do, I can create a name of a method like get name. Okay, then name. Okay, should be what? String type, not return. Should be string type. It should be. Okay, I am just making a getter method. sorry, getter method, right? So return should be there. Return name. Okay. Setter method. So this is correct, no? Everyone? Yes, no? Yes. Okay. Now with this getter method, I can able to access this. Okay. If I access this, the value is not at all initialized now. So the value is going to be a null value because default value will be displayed in the console. Okay. Even though it is a private variable, I can get access to this variable through this getter method. Okay. Let me create a setter method now. Setter means I need to set a value. Okay. For that, the method name should start with set, followed by the first letter should be capitalized. This is the variable name now. Name, first letter should be capitalized. Okay. And this return type should always be what? Void. Okay. And the access modifier should be what? Public. Okay. I need to grab information from here. Okay. Let me instead of let me violate the rules. Okay. What I'm doing, string catch. I'm declaring my own variable name. I'm not following the rules. I'm declaring my own variable name catch. Okay. So I will be passing a value through this object. For example, obj dot name of the method is what? Set name. Set name. Okay. The name is going to be, let me take my name, it's Balaji. I'm calling a method name, set method name. Okay. Balaji, passing a value Balaji. Okay. This value Balaji will be carried along with the controller to the respective method. This is the set name method. Okay. This variable catch is going to store the value Balaji. Very simple. Okay. What I am trying to do here, I am using catch. Okay. I am assigning this catch variable. I am assigning this catch variable to the class level variable, which is name. I can do this way, no issues. Okay. So the catch will be storing the value Balaji. Okay. And again, okay, the catch is going to store the value Balaji. This value will be again reassigned to the name variable in the class level, which is what? Here again it is going to be Balaji. This way I can design the setter method. Okay, but the rule says you should use the same variable name. Okay, here the variable name is name itself. So here also I should the variable name as name itself. Okay, if this is name, and here also I should use the variable name as name itself. Right? So I am catching the variable, local variable. This is a local variable. This is a local scope. Okay, the variable is reassigned to the local variable itself. Name is getting reassigned to the local variable itself. I want to transfer this variable to the class level variable. I want to transfer this variable to this variable because all the name of the variables are same. Now see, name of the variable is name itself. Here also it's name itself. Okay, so to distinguish the difference between the class level variable and the local variable, okay, I am using this keyword, this dot. When I use this dot name, it means this Balaji is getting assigned to the variable that is getting represented in the class level, this name. Okay, when I don't use this keyword, it means it remains here itself. Let us see what is the output if I don't use this keyword, and let us see what is the output if I use this keyword, so that you will understand better. Now I am not using this keyword. Let us try to understand the behavior. Okay, I have just saved the code. The output is going to be blank because I need to, after assigning, I need to print that variable, right? System dot out dot println obj dot get. So null. So we are getting null. Why we are getting null? We'll understand that. Because we did not use this keyword here, that's why we are getting null. How we can imagine this from the what we call it as, how we can imagine this from the way we trace the control flow. Okay, let me create some space here. Focus here, everyone. I'm taking it as two separate classes. Okay. So I have main method. So main method says, see, now you focus here. JVM is going to create a main thread. Main thread will get access to main method. Okay. The first instruction is the object creation instruction. You know this already. A constructor, student constructor will be called, and dynamically this constructor will be placed by the compiler in the runtime, because no implicit constructor. So explicitly a constructor will be placed by the compiler. After this, on object a memory gets allocated here. This memory is going to store what? Store the instance variables, right? What is the instance variable that we have for the student class? Name is the instance variable. Okay, it is just, we have just declared the variable, so the value null will be assigned here. Okay, the value null will be assigned here. Okay, after this the control will be transferred to the next instruction, which is obj.setName. We are calling a method on top of the reference variable obj. SetName is the method. SetName is not an ordinary method, it is a parameterized method. We are passing a value, what? Balaji is the value. Okay. Balaji is the value, and this value will be transferred along with this control. Okay. This is the method. Okay, which is going to store what? Okay, this Balaji will be stored on top of the variable name itself. This will be assigned to the name itself. Okay, these changes are happening locally. It is like in the local scope. So in this case, we have two scopes. One is local scope, and second one is what? It's class level scope. Here, what is happening? This name, initially name equal to Balaji. Again, what is happening? Okay, this name is getting replaced to Balaji itself in the local. Just a reassignation is happening because of this statement. Changes are limited to the local scope itself. We are assigning the name Balaji to the name itself, which means this both are same. This name and this name both are same. The same value is getting reassigned. Okay, after this, what is happening? After making these changes in the memory, it will come back. The third instruction says obj.getName. The control will transfer to what? GetName. Okay, it is going to return what? Name itself. What is the value of the name in the object? Null. Null is right. Null is stored in the object level, right? So null will be returned to the console. It is going to carry the null along with it. Okay, and this null will be printed in the console. Okay, now to avoid printing null, I want to print Balaji to the console. So what I am supposed to do here? Very simple. Instead of using only name, if I use this dot name, now you got to know, I think, the reason why we are using this keyword here. If we use this dot name, this Balaji will be transferred to the class level scope. Means in the memory, in the object, null will be replaced by Balaji. Right? Null will be replaced by Balaji. It means in the class level scope, instead of what null, now this time it is going to be Balaji. Right? And it is when it is trying to access the getter, Balaji will be printed in the console when you use this keyword. Making sense? The reason why we are using this keyword? Yes, no? Everyone? People who are confused about this keyword, especially this keyword, is making sense, everyone? Why we are supposed to use this keyword? Okay, if you understand this, the concept of getters and setters are over. It is over. Okay, I have a variable. I want to define my own, I want to initialize the private variable. That can be done using setter. I want to access the private variable that can be done using getter. Let me change this to this. Dot name. Okay, that can be done with the setter. Okay, first time an object is created, new object. I am setting the name. I am getting the name. Okay. Second time, I can create a different object, obj2 this time, new student. Okay, on top of obj2, I can set some value. I can get some value. Like this, I can create. I can store any number of students on top of every object references. Instead of Balaji, I can store Ramu. Okay, output is going to be what? Balaji. Second time, Ramu. Why we are getting Balaji and Ramu? Just because of this particular this keyword. If you don't use this, the values will be null. If you use this, you get the respective. See here, we are doing what? We are following the rules, as well as because of following the rules, we are able to display the exact values in the console by using this keyword. Okay, the moment you use this keyword, it means you are just distinguishing the differences between the local level variables and the class level variables of same name. Okay, now I can conclude like this. Now you tell me, this is one way of assigning variables to the instance. I mean, one way of assigning values to the instance variables. What is the other way? If I don't have getters and setters, I mean, if I don't have setters, what is the other way of performing the initialization to the instance variables? If I don't have setters, what is the other way? By using what we can perform the initialization? Very simple question, no? A complex question. By using what? Everyone answer. Madhu, Jyoti and Teja, Jyoti S, Ashwant, Parimi, Krishna Prasad, Darshini, Chaitanya. No, I'm asking how to initialize local variable, how to initialize the instance variables. Apart from using setters, how to initialize? By using constructors, guys. Very simple, no? Why you are wasting your time? By using constructors. Either you can use constructors or you can use setters. Are you getting this? If the variable is a private and if the declaration is just completed, you can perform the initialization either by using constructors or by using setters. Do you agree with me, everyone? Good, Chaitanya. Do you agree with me? Yeah. Factory methods are also for private. Yes, factory methods are also there. We will. That is a future topic. I'm just I want answers from you only on top of the current topic discussions. Good, Madhu. Okay. So now the theory, now the complete picture is completed about getters and setters. Okay. Now what are the advantages? We'll see. Okay. Accessor methods. Also, I can say like this: accessor and mutator methods are essential part of Java encapsulation. Okay, don't worry about this. The word encapsulation. It will make more sense after some time. Okay. Usually, accessor method and mutator methods, they're doing what? They allows you to control the access of private instance variables. Okay. By making sure that the accessing, accessing and controlling is done in a, or also I can say like this: accessing and modifications is done in a controlled manner. Okay, directly you cannot make changes, indirectly you can make changes. If you want, you can keep some conditional checks, it's up to you. Okay, but we do the conditional check in other ways. Okay, so as per the rules and guidelines, you need to follow the rules of setters and rules of getters, or you need to follow the rules of accessor methods and rules of mutator methods to design a class to access the private instance variables. Okay, I think this is an advantage. Making sense, everyone? Okay, so literally I can also say that they allow us to add processing logic or validation checks, validation checks to get access or do modifications to the getters or getters and setters. Okay, this is all about the accessor method and mutator methods in Java. Okay, next topic is encapsulation. Okay, encapsulation. What is encapsulation? Anyone has any idea about encapsulation? I mean, can you give me the meaning of encapsulation? Anyone has any idea? Yes, no? Madhu? Answer, you can either answer yes or no. Don't know means don't know. No, no, no. Not direct access, but at least to try it as well. Encapsulation is one of the concepts of object-oriented programming. Good, good. Okay, let me explain you. You just imagine, okay, let me remove this. Okay, just imagine like, okay, so for example, you have a capsule. You know what is a capsule? Okay, you have a capsule tablet. Okay, so when I say tablet, inside, not a tablet, capsule. When I say capsule, all the medicines are wrapped up together inside a capsule. The actual medicine is protected inside a capsule, right? Inside a capsule, the actual medicine is stored inside the capsule. I can also say that the actual medicine is protected inside the capsule. Likewise, if you want to design any Java program, okay, what you usually do, you need a data. Every time I used to say this, to develop a code and to design any Java program, you need to design a data. I mean, you need to design the logic, or you need to place the logic in a class. Yes or no? You need to place the logic in a class. Okay? The class has a boundary. If you want to convert this analogy with respect to this capsule, this boundary is called as a capsule. Okay, for a medicine, there will be some name for a medicine, right? There will be some name for the medicine. Likewise, to define the logic and data, to place the logic and the data, there should be a boundary. That boundary is called as what class? Inside the class, the name of the class is A. Okay, inside this we have what? Data, and we have what? Behavior. Okay? This data and this behavior are encapsulated inside the class. Okay, you cannot do what? You cannot build a class and you cannot keep the data outside. It is not possible. Java rules says data as well as the methods. Okay? Data as well as the method, they both should be wrapped together into a single entity which is called as class. Okay? So this is also looking like a capsule, right? Right. So data and behavior, or data or the logic, should be wrapped up together into a single entity called as class. This is called as encapsulation, right? So you look into the see what is encapsulation. You can say that it is a process. The question is very simple. Okay, the question could be like, what is an encapsulation? It is a process of wrapping code and data together into a single unit. Okay, so there is one more difference. So you can wrap up the data and together into a single unit. This is the class A, no issues. Okay, I can have another class. So I can have another class. Okay, let me say I have another class. So there are two classes here. Okay, do you think that the data is limited? I mean, the class A data. Let me take this as class B. Okay, so let me take this as class B. This is class B and class A. So class A has its own data and behavior. Class B has its own data and behavior. Okay. So, but still, with the help of extends keyword, I can able to do some manipulations, or do some changes in the behavior of class A. From B, I can do some manipulations. I can do some manipulations for the data that is available in class A. Okay, and the behavior or the method that is available in class. I can control the data and behavior of class A from class B. I can control the data and behavior. Don't you think so? So there are two different classes. Even though each and every class has its own data and behavior protected by a particular class, this protection is getting violated because I can use extends keyword. I can do what? I can do the control, right? I can modify this data. Don't you think so? Anyone can modify this data if I have access. Anyone can modify this data. Anyone can modify this data by just using extends keyword. Just using what? Extends. By just using this. From here, I can create object of class A. Don't you think that I can perform modifications just by creating an object? Okay, I can change the data. Data can be changed. This data can also be changed. Okay, now, so this is a kind of violation, right? So to avoid this violation, we have just learned about the getters and setters. Okay, you can do the manipulations. Okay, if you feel that the data is very much secured or very much confidential, you keep the data as private. Okay, you can still do modification on top of private data by doing some conditional checks. So what you do, you will introduce some behavior in such a way that you will introduce what? Getters and setters. By using these getters and setters, the control is enabled, but the control is enabled after doing some conditional checks. Still you can have access, but this time the access will be granted to this data with the behaviors of getters and setters method. The manipulation will be done through a controlled manner. Okay, you have to go through the authentication or authorization. You must be authorized to do the control. Okay, to create a complete secured class, okay, I can go with encapsulation. Okay, so what encapsulation says, the fully encapsulate. See, this is the theory. Now look at the theory, we'll get to know. I hope you have understood this. Okay, if you get this question encapsulation, your answer should be this, very simple. Okay, and the follow-up question can be like this: how this can be valid? How this line can be valid? The answer can be please be informed that by marking all the member variables as private. What does it mean by marking all the instance variables as private? Right? And also by ensuring the valid getters and setters are incorporated. Okay, you can define the classes fully encapsulated classes. Making sense? What is the idea here? What is the point here? Okay, encapsulation says all the data and behavior should be encapsulated or should be contained or should be wrapped up into a single unit. What is the single unit that I am talking about? Okay, within the class, if you want to define a data, define the data within the class, define the methods within the class into a single unit. So it is going to give what? It is going to give protection for this data and behavior. Do you think this data and behavior is going to get an absolute protection? No, because any other class can extend to this class and the data and behavior can be modified. To avoid that, to avoid doing that, to ensure that the class is completely secure, the data is completely protected, you introduce what? Getters and setters. By introducing getters and setters and by ensuring all the data is marked as a private access modifiers, okay, then you can say it as what? By marking all member variables as private and by ensuring the valid getters and setters are incorporated, you can define the class as a fully encapsulated class. Okay, the question encapsulation comes under what? Comes under the discussion of getters and setters. Okay, and the question getters and setters comes under the concept of encapsulation. Okay, they both go together always. When you think about encapsulation, you should think about what? Okay, you should think about getters and setters. When you think about getters and setters, it means you are dealing with encapsulation. Making sense? Yes, good, Krishna Prasad. Encapsulation helps in data ID. Everyone, any confusion? Madhu, any confusion? For that, answer is yes, Balaji. Means, is there any confusion? No. Yes, no. Is there any confusion? Yes, no. Okay, good. I am confused with the answers. No issues, huh? Okay, now another theory. Advantages of encapsulation topic is very simple. Okay, because we have completed discussing about getters and setters. After that discussion, this encapsulation topic has become very simple. Okay. Please be informed that by providing getter method or getter method, you can make the classes. So you have the control. If you provide a setter method, it means you are giving a control like write only control. With the setters, you can do writing. I mean, you can override. You can set the data. And by providing getters, you are giving what? Read only control. If you don't enable getter, okay, it means you are giving only write control. If you enable getter, if you are not enabling setter, it means you are giving only read only access. It depends upon the class that is looking to get the information about other class. It depends upon the class. If the class is a valid class, genuine class, logically if it is genuine, you give read access or the write access or the read access. Okay, or if you want, you can keep setters and getters. Now it is making more sense, no? You do not want to give access to the private variables, just don't use getters and setters. Do you think that anyone could make any changes? It's depend upon it. If you want to give access to a little extent, use getter. If you want to give access to the great extent, okay, use setters. If you do not want to give access at all, don't use getters and setters. Making sense? My theory is making sense. Everyone? Okay, second one. it is going to, if you get locked out of the meeting room, just rejoin. Okay, the class will be for 10 more minutes. I will complete this encapsulation topic. Okay, it provides you, going to provide you the control over the data. For example, if there is a requirement, for example, if there is a requirement to set a value, it's to set a integer value that is greater than 100. Okay, for example, where is our example? Okay, this is our example now. Okay, see here I am passing value Balaji, I am passing here. Okay, thank you for rejoining us. I hope everyone are in. One quickly confirm if my voice is clear and screen is visible. Okay. See, what I was saying is, see, we have a control. What control we have here? We have a big control here. Okay, we have a complete control here. Okay, I am assigning a value Balaji. Let me remove this also to avoid confusion. By using setter, I am assigning a value. Setter. By using setter, I am assigning a value Balaji. Okay. So here I can, if I want to set this value Balaji, I can give a conditional check like if name dot starts with B. Okay. Only set the value Balaji if name dot starts with B. I can set any name. So this is the control I have with the setters. It is not like, okay, we are giving this dot name equal to name, this will get assigned to the instance variable and we can access it. That is not the fact. I want to store the name that is starting with B alphabet. So this is a conditional check that I can perform. Don't you think so? Name dot starts with B. Else a message like, okay, I will stop using this notepad after a couple of days. We will start using Eclipse. Okay, but if you want to practice, you have to practice with the notepad, or else it will be very difficult for you to grasp the knowledge. Okay, why is this? Now see the conditional check. This is going to make more sense. Let me save this. What this point says here, to provide a control over the data, okay, we can do some conditional check. This is how the conditional check is going to be. What is it? Okay, I want to store Balaji. I want to set Balaji value. Before even setting this Balaji value, I will do a conditional check. If this conditional is getting satisfied, then set the value as Balaji. If not, print a message like invalid name and name should starts with Balaji. If I run this, what will be the output now? Okay, let me run this. I don't have time now. I will run this. Okay, I have just saved this code. I am redoing the compilation. Okay, what error we are getting? Anything missing here? Okay, one bracket is missing here. Okay. I'm getting Balaji. Now, if I do, see, only allow the names that starts with capital B. So try to allow a name like Sam. Okay. Invalid name should start with Balaji. Are you getting this, everyone? It is not just like you place a setter and getter by choosing some, by following those rules. That is not the case. In the setter also, for the, because this variable is private, before even doing any manipulation with this, before even playing with this private variable, it's your job to place a valid conditional check so that the security will not be breached, the security will not be compromised. This question will be asked in the interview. What's the point of creating using a setter when you are able to change the private variable? There is a point here. What is that point? Even though if I am allowed to place a setter method to change the value, still I have a control. What control? I can place a conditional check to place the right value, to modify the right value. Making sense? To understand this theory, I am giving you this much of explanation only for this theory. It is going to provide you the control over the data. How it is going to provide over the control data? Suppose you want to set a name Balaji that starts with capital B. Name starts with capital B. Okay. You can place a conditional check in this setter method to validate this entry. Okay. You can place a conditional check to validate this entry. Okay. In this way, the data would be secure and data hiding is done properly. Now look at this. Data hiding is done properly. Why data hiding is done properly here? Now we need to talk about getters, because whenever you are using getters, the scope of the getter is like, whenever you are using getters, it means you are trying to get access to the private variable name. In this example, obj.getName. So data is getting revealed here. When the data is getting revealed, where is the point that satisfies this line, that justifies this line? The data would be secured and data hiding is done properly. Where the data is done properly, being hidden properly. Okay. For that, the answer is, even for the getters also you can place a validation check. What is that? Okay, you can place a validation check like, if you can give any kind of checks here. So here I am taking a simple check. If string name equal to Balaji, I am defining a variable here, string name. If name, okay, the name that you are sending here, then the person who is trying to get access, this is Balaji, grant access. Directly I'm saying you can give any kind of validation checks here. I'm using this grant, return the name. If there is any other name who is trying to access this variable, do not get access. Very simple. I'm keeping it very simple. You try to draft the logic for this tomorrow. Okay, we're running out of time, that's why. Okay. So validation check is done for setters and the getters. So by proper validation check, if it is an invalid person, if it is the person is not authorized, the data hiding will be done for that specific person. If the person is authorized, the data hiding will not be done. That's the point here. See, you can have your own data, right? You can have your password. Okay, password is not, according to you, password is not hidden. You know your password because you are the authorized person. You have created that password, so it is like you have to know your password. It is not hidden from you, but it is hidden from others. From others, your password is protected from others, not from you. That is called as data hiding here. Data hiding is done properly means From the valid person, it is not hidden. From the invalid person, for non-authorized person, it is hidden properly. For that, you will place a conditional check. First, you will place a conditional check. In future, whenever you get this interview question, what is an encapsulation? Link this question with the getters and setters. Okay, the interviewer is going to get impressed. Okay, so I think the concept of encapsulation is over. Okay, only these things are there in encapsulation because we studied encapsulation completely along with accessor methods and mutator methods. So those rules are applied here and these rules are applied there. So both are linked, I mean interlinked. Okay, when you study one thing, other thing is automatically studied. Any questions for me? Any kind of confusion you have?